In this video, we are going to learn how to filter pivot tables using the slicer tool in Google Sheets. Slicers are visual filters. It is a powerful tool that allows us to filter our data in a pivot table by clicking on what specific data we want to view. This will help us see some entries in the pivot table and automatically hide others that do not fit our criteria. In this video, we are going to create a pivot table first from this source table, then we will use the slicer tool. Let's start. For example, this is the table that contains records of transactions in a milkshake store. Let's say on January 21, 2021 at 2:30 p.m., David sold vanilla-flavored milkshake for 120. Here are other records from January 25 to April 24, 2021. To create the pivot table, highlight the data range. This is from cells A2 to D12. Go to the Data tab and select Pivot Table. On this pop-up window, verify the data range. If you want to change, click the Select Data Range icon. Let's insert the pivot table into a new sheet. A new worksheet appears. Double-click the tab to rename. Here's our pivot table guide on the worksheet. On its right, the pivot table editor automatically appears. Here we can specify the rows, columns, values, and filters. Let's say what the milkshake store owner would like to know is how much is the total sales generated by an employee in each milkshake flavor. At the side of rows, click the Add button and choose Employees. As we can see on the worksheet, employee names appeared. Beside the column option, click the Add button and choose Milkshake. Our pivot table is now updated. It shows the milkshake flavors as column labels. Click the Add button next to the Values option. At this point, we can now see on the table the total sales by each employee for every flavor. For example, Charles sold vanilla twice for 240. Let's say we only want our pivot table to display employees who sold blueberry and other flavors should be hidden. To do that, let's apply filter to our pivot table. Go to the pivot table editor, click the Add button, choose Milkshake. Click the drop-down arrow. Here we have two types of filter. Let's first use filter by values. This is a list of existing values with all values checked. We can uncheck other flavors, so blueberry is the only selected. Click OK. In our output table, we can see now that blueberry is the only flavor shown and Lisa and Matthew were able to sell them. Lisa sold it twice, making her total sales double the value of Matthew's. Let's add another filter. Click the Add button and choose Employee. Click the drop-down arrow. This time, let's use Filter by Condition. These are the conditions that we can choose from. For our example, let's choose the text starts with condition. Type in L in the text field. Click OK. Looking at our output, only one met our condition. Alternatively, we can use a virtual filter, which is called slicer. Let's remove the existing filters first to demonstrate how we can create and use slicers. Go to the Data tab and choose Slicer. A small floating widget appears on the worksheet. We are asked to select a column first. Let's click the widget, then go to the Slicer's sidebar on the right side. Click the drop-down arrow to choose a column. The menu contains the list of columns of our table source. Choose Milkshake. In the widget, click the slicer icon. Let's use the filter by values. Uncheck caramel, mint, and vanilla. As we can see, what's only left is the blueberry flavor. We can also customize the widget. Go to the slicer sidebar, select Customize. Here are the available formatting tools. Let's change its background to blue. Let's add another slicer. Go to the Data tab and choose Slicer. For the column, select Employee. Under the Customize tab, change widget's background color to red. Let's use Filter by Condition. Choose the text starts with condition. Type in letter L. Click OK. Here's our output. We come to the end of this video lesson. I hope I have given some light to your knowledge about slicers of pivot tables in Google Sheets. Thank you for your time.